Hello, my name is Raquel and I'm the owner of the InstantGraphicsNow shop on Etsy. And in this video, I'm going to give a tutorial on how to edit the frozy icy text effect that's in a PSD Photoshop format using the photopea.com service. The reason I'm choosing to do this tutorial in photopea.com is because while the file is intended to be edited with Photoshop costs money and Photopea does not, and things that are free are more accessible to everyone. So while I am going to be doing in Photopea, the same steps should be applicable for editing this file using Photoshop. And also keep in mind that if you are choosing to edit this file using Photoshop, you need to be using the most recent version of Photoshop, or at least a version of Photoshop that can handle smart objects, as this text effect only works if you're able to edit the smart object layer within it. All right, so let's go. I'm gonna turn off my face now and go straight to editing the program. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do before you edit anything is that you're going to make sure that you install the font that was included with your download. The name of the font is Dope Style. So you want to download that font, extract it, and install it on your computer. And the reason for that is because once you enter Photopea, you are going to have the ability of being able to use that installed font that's on your computer. If you don't see it right away during the steps that I'm about to show you, what you'll need to do is restart your computer and then go back to Photopea again to edit the file. So the way you get to Photopea is you just go to your browser. You can use your favorite browser, and in the address bar up here, what you're going to do is you're going to click in there, you're going to type photopea.com, and you're going to press enter, and it's going to take you to this screen. All right, and then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to open the text effects file, and then we're going to edit it. So the way you do that is you're going to click on this option right here that says open from computer. When you click on open from computer, you're going to navigate to the area where you downloaded the file that you purchased. So I happen to have it saved here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the text effect file. So remember that you're going to be opening the file that is the PSD file, okay? On my system here, it shows up as a GIMP format because I have GIMP installed on my computer, not Photoshop. But if you have Photoshop installed on your computer, you'll see it as a PSD file. And it'll say PSD extension even if you don't have Photoshop installed. But if you do have GIMP installed, it'll show up as GIMP. So go ahead and select that file, and you want to click open. And you want to give it a moment to open. And of course, this is taking longer than I planned it to because I'm making a tutorial for you. But you have to give it some time. Sometimes it's just due to internet speed, either on my end or on Photopea's end, but it will load it because I did it just a few minutes ago before I decided to record this tutorial. Why is this? There we go. Okay, patience is a virtue. All right, so when this file is opened, this is the screen that you will see. And so the way you edit it is that you can go to the layers area over here on the right, and you'll see 3 layers, right? You'll see this one layer that says your text here. You'll see the second one that says presentation, and then you'll see one named edition. And so in order to edit this text, the one that you're looking at right now that says freeze, you're going to want to edit the one that says your text here. So the way you do that is you just double click on that layer. So you place your cursor on there and double click on it. And when you do that, you're going to see that this second tab up here opens, now displaying the text, right, that you want to edit. So one of the things that you want to do also is, now that you have this here, you want to edit it. So you want to double click on that text, and that'll open up that text box, and you want to select all to just select all that text, right? But now we want to change it to the font. So if your intention is to use the Dope Style font that's provided, this is the step you want to follow. But you can use this freeze effect with any font that you like. But I'm just going to demonstrate it in case you want to imitate the exact style that's displayed in the item. So you'll see that the font selection window up here says Dope Style, but it has a hyphen in front of it, right? That means that it's not installed or not available in the Photopea service. But luckily here, they do offer an option here that says local fonts. So what you can do is you can put a check mark in that box for local fonts, and it will do exactly what it says. It'll load the local fonts, right? So you just got to give it a minute to work. And again, you know, sometimes patience is a virtue depending on the speed of your internet connection. But we're waiting for it to load the fonts. And I think this option right here, load font, may let you load one particular font. But I'm not going to mess with that right now. I'm just going to let it load the fonts, let it load the local fonts, and give it time to work. And once it's done, it will let you know it's done, just like that. Local fonts loaded. Great. So now what I should be able to do is select this text again. And now, since I've already installed the dope style font, it should be an option that's available here. And it is, right? So now I can select the dope style font. And so now that I've selected this text here, I can change it to whatever I want. So let's say, for example, I want to type the word icy. I can, right? And now, you know, it works as just like a regular text box. So it's starting from the left. So if you want to reposition this text box, you can as well. What you want to do is go over here to the left where the different tools are, and you want to select the second one from the top that looks like the pointer arrow with the plus sign, and when you hover over it, it says move tool. You click on that, and then you click on the text box, and now you can move it around. So one trick that I use when I want to center it is that the one feature of Photopea is that it provides positioning guides when you're in the center and then in the middle. So you'll notice that when you're in the center, that red line appears vertically, and when you're in the middle, you'll see a horizontal line that appears, right? So now that I have a vertical line and a horizontal red line, I know it's perfectly centered on the canvas. I can let it go. And so now the final step to save this and produce the text effect that you want is you're going to go up here to the File menu, and you're going to click on the option that says Save Smart Object. Okay, that's what you want, Save Smart Object. You want to click on that, and you want to give it some time to work, right? And now it says Smart Object Updated. Great. So now if we go back and click on the original tab for the text effect, which again may take some time, but again, this is Photopea. This is the cost of using a free service. Now we see that the text has been updated to what I changed it to. Now you can also get rid of this description text here. So this, where it says 100% editable and smart object replacement, blah, blah, blah. You can just hide that by clicking on the eyeball next to the presentation layer, and it removes that. So once you get it looking the way that you want, now you can export this effect to a file format of your choosing. You can do that by going up to the File menu, and you can go to Export As, and then from there you can select the file format, any of the file formats here, as well as some other ones if you go to the More option right at the bottom of it. Let's just say, for example, we want to save it as a JPEG, as most people do. You can go click on JPEG, and then in a few moments we will get a window that allows us to name the file, right? So here, this is the window for saving the file. We can give the file a name. So I can call it a JPEG version. Just as an example here, the format is JPEG. I can set the width and height of the final image that I'm going to save, and I can choose to keep that locked, to keep the proportions on the image, or I can unlock that and then, you know, change it as needed. And then once I set this up with the options that I want, including the quality, I can click on save, and I can save it to wherever I want on my computer, and I'm done. So that's how you're able to edit this text effects using Photopea.com and using the font that's provided. And again, remember that if you don't want to use the included font, you can change the font to whatever you want to produce an effect on the font face that you prefer. All right. Thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful. Have a great day.